What's up, Sag? My bad, I just hit the camera. But what's up, you guys? Welcome back, Sassy Sagittarius. You guessed it, you saw it in the title yourself. This is your May, the beginning of May reading. So, yeah, this is going to take place in the first 2 weeks of May. But your past energy for this reading is going to be the ending or the conclusion from April, so I can get a better outlook and see how things were moving and then how things are now, and then maybe get some little cautious messages for the future, which would be towards the mid and end of May. Okay, so let's see. I believe the moon is in Sag right now. I'm not sure. I hate just saying like what I think instead of like looking at it before I go, but it just popped into my head. So I believe it is. So some of you may have been feeling a little chaotic or sporadic, or maybe even feeling like, I don't know, like a lot of things are just kind of crazy right now for you. Okay, so there goes your first card. We're going to start in your past energy. So this is the end of April, the last week of April, okay, that we're looking at right now. So you have the Eight of Swords here, and the Eight of Swords it's in reverse. Okay, so this is saying like you were feeling, you weren't feeling isolated anymore. Like I think you finally realized that you have the power to change things the way you want them to, but at the same time you still may be in that predicament. Like maybe you realize how you can get out of a situation, but you haven't done it yet. Okay. We also have the Knave of Swords here, so this can represent a person, someone who's considerate and doesn't do anything before planning, before he takes action, you know. This could be a male or a female, air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra in your life. If not, then this is just the person or the energy that you or the other person in the spread is dealing with, okay? This is upright, so this is someone that is considerate and someone who is typically a good person to have around you, okay? This could be also you, a representation of you finding your inner strength, because you do have the Eight of Swords here in reverse, saying like you kind of figured out that you're not trapped, but you may still be in the predicament at hand. Okay. And next after that we have the Three of Cups in reverse. Okay, so this is saying that you probably are taking some time away from your friends and kind of focusing on yourself, or maybe you're being more of a hermit. And not in a bad way, just maybe taking some time to really be more to yourself, or be around people that are just being in a place where you're not socializing as much. Okay, so not bad, but I think since you figured out kind of what it is that needs to be changed, you're just trying to figure out what steps to do to change it now. I think you're just with yourself. You're trying to get all your stuff together in your head, and you're getting closer to what it is that you need to do. Okay. Oh. Okay, so all of your present cards came out. So currently, all major arcana cards. Okay, so heavy energy right now for you. And like I said, we do have Sag in the moon right now. So a lot of you could be feeling a lot of heavy energy. We have the High Priestess here. I love this card. High Priestess is saying learning through experience, learning firsthand, and it's upright. So I do think that you're learning your lesson, and I think that you're taking in what you need to learn from the situation at hand. And I think right now you may be experiencing a lot of moments where you're like, I learned about this in the past, or it's like you're smarter because you know certain things, and it's going to really help you right now in this moment. We also have the Moon card in reverse, so some things are still being illusioned, some things are not set in stone all around you. So there may be some suspicious activity, or there may be some things that people or a situation isn't being as fully truthful as they could be around you. We'll do clarification for that, don't worry. We also have the Magician's card here. So you have everything you need to be able to do what you want. You just have to go and do that. You also may be having a message come through extremely fast. That's going to help you get closer to what you need to be doing. Okay, so you might have, this may be as simple as a text from a person that you want to hear from, or something as big as a message coming through saying that you got something that you've really been waiting for or wanting. Okay, so let's see. Or this could be the like the message coming through about whatever it is that's being hidden. Okay, and it might confirm what you probably already knew. Okay. So be on the lookout for that in the first 2 weeks of May, okay? May 1st through the 15th It's probably going to be a really, really big time for you, okay? So pay attention to that, all right? And stay on your A game so that whenever things do happen, you don't feel like the rug has been pulled from under you, okay? So be emotionally, mentally, and physically ready. All right. So for your future energy, this is kind of just talking about towards the middle to end of May, what can be expected or what the energy may be turning into during that time, okay? So let's see. For Sag. Oh, okay, so here goes the first one. Second and third. Okay, so in the future, we have 2 major arcana cards here, and then we have a court card, so this is really heavy energy. Like I said, May is going to be huge for you guys. Okay, so in your future energy, we have the Hermit in reverse. So this may be you not going within yourselves to figure out what you need to know. So this could be you acting like everything's okay when it's not. Like on the outside, you're like, everything looks fine, so I'm not going to go within myself and figure out what I need to work on. Or this could be you being very extremely antisocial, to the point where you're being antisocial, but you're not fixing anything when you're by yourself. If anything, you're creating more problems in your head instead of trying to figure out how to fix them. We also have the King of Wands here in reverse. So this could be someone who is being dogmatic and controlling towards you, and someone who is being too assertive and isn't really caring about the greater good of those around them, which could include yourself. Yeah, and then after that, we have the Wheel card in reverse. And this is just saying, like, change is definitely on its way. It is in reverse, so it may take longer than you expect, and it may hit you at a time that you're not expecting it. Also, you need to realize that this is a time where you need to pay attention to your karma, or if things are already been set in stone, then they've already been set in stone. But being that this is talking about towards the mid to end of May, this may be saying that if you can help it now, try to fix your karma and set up all of your ducks in a row before this gets to you, because it is coming regardless, okay? It's major arcana, it's coming. So I do think that if you take some time to go within yourself, which means make it upright in a hermit way, you may be able to actually be ready and fix this situation, or at least know how to deal with it, so that when this change comes, it messes up their stuff instead of yours, okay? So don't let their negativity, or don't let whatever they're doing affect how your outcome is going to be, okay? Because if you have all the control over your own life, even if it doesn't feel like it. You also, I need you to understand that the power in this spread is so big, because there's so many major arcana cards saying, like, this is what you need to focus on, this is what's happening, this is what's going on. And it's kind of like, if you don't pay attention, you're gonna miss everything, and it's gonna go downhill, you know? But being that there's so much energy in the spread, and there's major arcanas everywhere and court cards everywhere, all of these are saying, like, you also have that much energy, and you have that much power to shift it and manipulate it the way you want to, because you can already tell what's happening. And you have the High Priestess here, so I do think you already know where things are going, or at least you can sense it, because you've either went down this road before, or because you just know. And you have to be able to keep that in your head. You can't just like fold under pressure, or you can't pretend that you don't know what's going on when you really do, okay? And I know as Sages, like, sometimes, you know, once you're set in your head about something, or once you start dealing with something a certain way, that's kind of what you stick to. But you as a Sag also have to remember that it's like kind of in your birth contract to level up philosophically, you know? And like, you can't stay on one level. Like, the whole point of you being a Sag is so you can figure out in higher learning and higher, you know what I mean? Like, you have to elevate, or else you're going to be miserable, because that's what you're destined to do, is to elevate. And that's for anyone, but Sages especially, with learning and teaching. How can you be a teacher? And I know Sages are they love to teach, and they love to learn and give off their experiences. But how can you be that if you're not getting those experiences or learning in order to do that? Okay, so really take control over what's happening, but don't get too crazy with it. I think you need to stay calm, and that may be the reason why you need to stay to yourself with this Hermit card here, so that you can not blow up or not be super distant. If you're by yourself, no one can really complain about what you're doing. So yeah, take some time to be alone and really listen to yourself. Spend some time by yourself, okay? But when you do that, don't just like lollygag. Like really sit with yourself and figure out where you're trying to go. Even if this is only for 5 minutes, have some type of plan, have some type of thing that you're saying to yourself so that you don't forget what you're doing in the first place. Or else you just get stuck in that same cycle over and over again, okay, as a Sag. And then you'll just be sassy and mad at everyone around you because nobody understands what you're talking about. And then you won't get to be happy. You know, Sagittarius are supposed to be optimistic. You guys are one of the most optimistic signs there is. You're ruled by Jupiter. So if you're not happy, no one else is going to be happy around you. Because you're going to make their life a living hell, okay? So fix that so that you can be happy. Okay, so for clarification, we're going to see what this Knave of Swords is, because I am interested in seeing who and what that has to do with. Knave of Swords, Knave of Swords. Knave of Swords, Knave of Swords. There we go. So we have the Nine of Wands in reverse. So whatever this Knave of Swords energy is dealing with, you're feeling like you don't have everything together. And you're feeling like you don't have everything you need in order to proceed and to go. But I think you do. I think you already have everything you need. Because upright, that's what this means. Like you're ready to go. You have everything set. Go for it. It's in reverse. So I feel like because this is a fire card, I'm just going to go ahead and say I feel like it's you who think you don't have what you need. But in all actuality, you really do. It's just really about gaining that, gaining the momentum and also gaining a sense of, how can I say, gaining the momentum and gaining the power and the determination to go and do it, because behind that we have the Knave of Swords. So this is saying like, you know, he doesn't just do things on a whim. He really builds up and he puts things in order before he does them. But the problem with it is while you're doing that, I think you're second guessing yourself, but you don't have to. It is good to be smart and to have a plan, but you already have everything you need. So it's like whatever the plan is going to be, it's still going to involve everything you already have. So you might as well just go do it. Okay, so for the High Priestess, okay, let's see. High Priestess. Oh, okay, that flew out really hard. Okay, so for the High Priestess, you have another major arcana card, which is the Star card. So this is what you desire, what you want, okay? So with the High Priestess, this being the clarification, this is definitely saying right now, in this present energy, the first 2 weeks of May, you know exactly what it is that you want. You already know, okay? So there's no point in you pretending or delaying something because you're like, well, I'm not sure. No, you're definitely sure. Like, you got it. Seriously, it's here. It's in the cards. It's in your present energy. It's in the first card of your present energy. It's now. You already know what you know what you want. So this is what this is saying, okay? You also could have an Aquarius here in your life somewhere that you know something about, or you feel like they may even be hiding something, but you already know what it is, but you're just not going to say it. We also have let's do the Moon card in reverse and see what's being hidden. What's being hidden? Okay, so then we have the Ten of Swords upright, okay? So what's being hidden or what needs to be revealed is you're being betrayed. Something, someone, some situation is not living up to what you deem is respectable or correct for you. And you already know this. And I see, I mean, the Ten of Swords is about betrayal. It's about leaving something alone because it's not good for you. It's not, there's no way it's going to get better because it's already ended. It's just, you know, if you persist on making it something that needs to stay, it's not going to do anything but get worse. This is betrayal. This is not being completely honest. This is not, I mean, not about being honest, but this isn't something that you can fix. This isn't something that you can just be like, oh, okay. Like, you can do that, but you're never going to truly be happy with whatever this is dealing with because that's about betrayal. That's what's not being revealed. Some betrayal is happening, whether you know it or not, and I think you do. You just haven't confirmed it yet, or you don't have like physical evidence. But I think you already know. It's just you're not taking that initiative or that inner knowing to change things up, you know, or to move away from that. Because I think you're just comfortable. And you would rather not have to do all that extra stuff. Or else maybe you're just like, well, I have my own way of fixing it, and this is what I do every single time. But you might need to change it up. The Magician card. What is this message? Let me see. Excuse me, you guys. For Sag. The message for Sag. Alright. So the message, we have the Judgment card here. Another major arcana. When I'm saying I'm not kidding. You have to pay attention because major arcana is everywhere. That doesn't happen just every, you know what I mean? Like, that's not a normal thing. So this is like major energy, major insight. This is major whatever, like communication from your angels, from God, universe, whatever it is that you call it. This is saying pay attention. Like all the things in your spread is saying, look, pay attention. We have the Judgment card here. So this is about confessing. Confessing. This is about someone not self-analyzing. They're not paying attention to what's there, and it's not going to help them in the long run, especially after the Ten of Swords with betrayal. And it's like, I feel like you already have the confirmation almost. Kind of like you already know. And you already have the tools you need to fix it or to change it or to confront it, but you're not doing it, and that's only going to hurt you in the process. This is only going to put you at the bottom of everyone else. And it's like, do you really want that, or do you want to change it? And Judgment is all about self-realization, confessions, and I feel like you have to do that within yourself because you already know what's going on around you. But it's not like you're being in denial, but it's like you don't want to change how you deal with stuff, and that's not going to help you. You know what I mean? You have to do something. If you want change, you have to change it. And I know that's not just like something you can just do in a heartbeat, but for some situations, it really is that simple. But if you're not ready to do it, then it won't happen the way you need it to. For the Hermit card in reverse, we have the Strength card in reverse, okay? So this is saying another major arcana. Like, I can't make this up, guys. Like, I can't. Like, it's crazy. This is literally, like, I don't even know. Like, either you're blind right now to everything that's happening, or you're simply looking at everything that's unfolding in front of you and being like, someone else will take care of it. Like, that's the only way that this could be happening, because there's so much stuff popping up. Major arcana. That means it's literally in your face, or this is like something that you can literally see that's happening. So yeah. So for the Hermit card, you're not going within yourself, and you also may be feeling like you can't rely on yourself to, almost like you can't trust what you're thinking, almost like you're afraid that you're making things up or you're making things worse than what they are. But I think you can really trust yourself right now, because all these signs aren't here for nothing. If there's smoke, there's fire, and there's a hell of a lot of smoke right now. So yeah, there's something that you can change. I just think you don't want to deal with it. Okay, so for this I'm going to clarify who this person is that is being dogmatic. The King of Wands energy, who that is. And they are in your future part of your spread. So this could be happening towards, or they could be coming in the month, the middle to the end of the month. They could already be someone in your life. It doesn't mean it's someone new, but they could be, instead of acting powerful in a good way, they could turn that into like being like a tyrant. You know what I mean? Okay, and we have another major arcana, and that just came, guys. We have the Hierophant in reverse. Do you know what this means? This is not committing. No committing. Either you don't want to commit to this person who's here, who's controlling you or being too controlling in a situation, or they are not committing to whatever they're supposed to do. They're not committing to their own duties. But I think that's you. I don't think the person is you, but I think you are the person that doesn't want to commit to that anymore. I think you want to let go of it. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Cups here, romance. So this probably is dealing with love. I think that you don't want to deal with that anymore. I don't think that you want, I don't think you want that anymore. And it's clear. And it's like you already have all this stuff happening and manifesting itself in front of you, but it's like you don't want it, but you don't know what to do to get away from it, or you don't feel like doing the work to get away from it. You'd rather just be like, well, I'll just be by myself, or I just won't talk to you, or I'm just going to be mean to you all the time. But it's like, that's not going to change or help the situation. Why don't you just move and get away from them? Or the situation, you know? For the Will card in reverse, we're going to see what that is about. What change is coming. with delayed change is coming. Whoa. Delayed change, Sag. Whoa. Once again, these cards are flying out like crazy. So for delayed change, we got 4 cards, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go for it. Okay, strength, vigor, and peace, and okay. So the change that's coming, we have the Sun card in reverse. Sun card is always good, up or down. This is saying like there's room for happiness to come, but there's still some things that need to be completed for that to happen. Okay. And after that, we have the 5 of Wands here. So there's going to be less bickering and some things may be put to rest that's causing a lot of stress or just annoyance in your life, or competition, or feeling of aggravation or aggression. It's going to slow down. And after that, you're going to have the 10 of Cups here. So you'll have peace, and it's going to seem like a blessing or a miracle, like something that just came up out of the sky, you know, and you won't really know where it came from, but you're going to be very, very happy it did come. And after that, we're going to have the King of Pentacles in reverse, okay? So King of Pentacles, to me, represents a Taurus. So if you have a Taurus in your life, they may be feeling not as powerful as they usually do. Like maybe, and this could be that they're not feeling as powerful over you. And if you can tap into that power yourself, you can be so much more powerful than whatever it is that's really breaking, that's really bringing all of this on you. But yeah, so and if this is you, if this person is going to be you in the future, know that you may not, it's kind of hard to be focused on a whole bunch of things at once. So if you're trying to get your emotional stuff together, your financial matters may not be peaking the way that you want it to. But we do have the 10 of Cups here, so I do think you're going to get to that emotional restorance in your life that you want, that you actually want. But you have to be, one, you have to wait for it. And then you probably need to be less, remember when I said keep your cool and don't just go all crazy? Like, you have to keep that in mind. You know, as fire signs, we have to do that in general. Like, you know, fire people, we're just like that. We're fire, you know? So once we're set and the fire is gone, that's it. You can't really stop fire unless you have a lot of something to stop it, which is water or which is air. But most of the time, both of those things, I mean, or at least air can push it ways that you don't want it to. And if fire is on earth, which is like if you're dealing with an earth person and they're just not an earth person, so Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, if you're dealing with one of those, chances are they're just making the fire grow. Because you know what I mean? Like if you're a fire and you're going through a forest, you're going to just be catching all the trees on fire, and it's just going to make you bigger and bigger, which means you're going to be more angry and more crazy. So I think you need to get away from this. I don't know who it is, but it isn't helping, and they're actually blocking your blessing. They're prolonging your blessing. They're prolonging your happiness. But if you can cool yourself off and stay calm and don't let them get under your skin and focus on what you need to focus on, and retreat in yourself and figure out what your inner happiness is, you'll get that blessing, this miracle-like blessing, come from the heavens. And then that person who's in control, or at least the person that was here, I think they're going to lose some power, and that's going to give you more power to see that you are more powerful than you think. Let's see if there's anything else here. All right, so let's go ahead and do your Zodiac Oracle deck, pulling or popping, whatever it's called. And we're just gonna, you guys know I don't ask questions with these decks when I do general readings. When I do personal readings, I do ask questions and I do multiple cards. But for the sake of a general reading, we're just gonna go with the energy and we're gonna see what comes out for you guys, okay? And I'll let you know what it means and all of that good stuff. So for Sag. So we have the Sun in reverse, okay? So the way that you need to express yourself is you need to not be the sun. I mean, you need to be the sun now, sorry. You need to, and we have the Sun card here with your change. Where is it? Here it is. And it's in reverse as well. So we have the Sun card in this deck upside down and in my other deck come out upside down. So this is saying, well, from this deck, this is saying the way you need to express yourself is you need to be bold. You need to stop being passive aggressive if you are being that. And you need to really make sure that whatever it is that you see, as happiness for you, you need to make sure you're getting closer to that instead of just being like, you know what, never mind, don't worry about it. You know, like, I'm trying to think how I can make this sound good to you guys without sounding like, oh, she thinks she knows Sages. Like, I don't, because I know how you guys are, but and trust me, I have a lot of Sag around me and my family and in you know, my social life. There's Sages everywhere, so I get it. But in order for you to get what you want, you have to know what you want. You can't just be like, you can't close yourself off when you get angry. You can't cut people off when you don't want to hear them anymore. And you don't have to agree with something, but you can't say that it doesn't exist just because it isn't what you believe. But in order for you to really get closer to your happiness, you as a Sag have to know what makes you happy. You are Jupiter. You are happiness. You are optimism. And you're about expansion. You know, you want things to get bigger in your life. You want things to get better for you in your life. You want to be happy. You want to be surrounded by things that make you happy. And if this person or the situation is not doing that, let them go and let it be known that you're done. Let it be known. When Sagittarius are done with something, they're done. Like, that's it. And for the most part, that's how most fire signs are. Aries, Leo, and Sag. They own who they are. They just have different things that make them them. You know what I mean? And for Sagittarius, when you know what you want, it usually is something that makes you happy, and you can't take a smile off your face. Sagittarius usually have very nice smiles because they're always supposed to be happy. They're always supposed to be what they're supposed to make people feel warm and good around them, you know, and they usually make people feel like they can talk to them. So you may be, if you feel like people are looking at you and not feeling comfortable to talk to you, or if they feel weird around you, it's probably because you're not showing that Jupiter-ness in you. So that's a good way to see if your balance is off if you can't tell. If someone's saying, oh, you're acting a certain way, and you're like, no, I'm not. The way that you can tell is how people around you are feeling around you. When Sagittarius are good in a good spot, in a good place, a lot of people seem to go towards them because it's like you draw in that happiness and it expands your happiness, which is what Jupiter is about. So if you are feeling more and more isolated, the chances are you're not doing something right. So make sure you're tapping in and knowing what you want, and make sure you're being confident in that. Okay, don't just dismiss it and be like, that's just how I'm feeling today. No, take it in and really feel it, because chances are that's what you need to be pushing outwards anyways. But at the same time, keep your cool. So you need to be the sun, you need to be bold, and you need to know what you want on the inside. So you see how it is at the bottom, how it's like vibrating outwards. That's what your soul needs to be like. But on the outside, your person, what people see, your face, you need to stay calm and collected, so that this doesn't overtake on whatever it is that you're trying to do. Okay. All right, Sagittarius, I think this was a really, really good reading. Thank you guys so much for spending your time with me. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, so keep in mind there's going to be a lot of energy in your sign, and you need to make sure you're keeping yourself cool, calm, and collected, but on the inside, keep that fire burning. You understand? So yes, you guys, stay happy, stay sassy, and yeah, I think it's a really good reading, you guys. Huge energy, so I don't even think I have to tell you, but I think you know what you need to do, because it's like all here. If I can see it this clearly, I'm sure you can see that, or at least see the signs. Okay. But yeah, thank you guys so much for spending your time with me. I think I said that like 2 times already. Yeah, I really appreciate it, and if I'm not your favorite Leo, one day I will be. And until next time, I'll see you in the next one, Sag. Adios.